All right, hey everyone, what we're doing right now is I'm going to go over the assignments and give you the answers and do a couple examples for you since I'm not there today. Make sure you're watching this, you can use your notes. So let's get started on homework 3, which is proving triangles are similar. You only need to do odds, and this goes with your 2.5 lessons. So I'm actually going to do number 2 as an example. So what you're supposed to do is you need to determine whether they are similar by using one of those, or if it's not similar. If they are similar, write a validity or a valid similarity statement. So what I did here is if you look at 2, those weren't there before, you just need to look at the information that's provided or what we can put in there. So if you look here, notice these two are vertical angles. So since they're vertical angles, we can say that they're congruent to each other. Now that we have those vertical angles here, we've got this angle here, F, and angle H. We know that these are similar because of angle, angle. And to write a similarity statement, what you're going to say is triangle EFG is similar to triangle JHG. So if you look at this example, EF are written first two, and that goes with JH, which is over here. And notice it goes from nothing to this angle, nothing to that angle. So that's how you know those match up. Then you go from this to double, and from H to your double. So we know this side goes with that side, or FG goes with HG. And then lastly, the other sides that we didn't touch were EG and JG. So this is what you should put, and we know that these are similar. Okay. And then the other example I did down here was you need to, if you notice, it didn't give you any angles, so it only gave you sides. So here, so we have to figure out, is it really side, side, side? So what we can do is set up a proportion like this. So what I did was the longest side here goes with the longest side here, and I wrote it as a fraction. And then I went to the middle side to the middle side, right there. And then lastly, I did the smallest side to the smallest side, and I wrote it here. Now, if you were to divide all these out and these all equal the same, then it is similar. And then, like I said, we did our congruency statement where we said CD goes with MN. And then we said CE goes with ML. And lastly, we said that ED goes with that. All right, so these are, or this is similar. All right, and that's because these are all proportional. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to do all the ones that I have highlighted. And then on the back, or on the other side of your sheet, you're going to do all those. I'm not going to give you the answers to these because you should be able to figure it out. But if it is a side, 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 I need to see the work to back it up. All right, your next up is this one. It's parallel homework 5, parallel lines and proportional parts. You're also going to do odds, and this goes with your 2-6 notes. So again, I did a couple examples for you. So let's look at number 2 as an example. So remember, if you have parallel lines that go through your triangle, I know this portion is going to be proportional with that side. So that's why I did the 14 and 20 here. And then I know, so I did the small side to the bigger side over the small side to the big side. And then that's where I got the x over 33. Now you equal them together and then cross multiply. When you cross multiply, you should have gotten 20x equals 462. Divide each side by 20. And then when you simplify, x equals 23.1, which is your answer. Okay? So remember, your parallel lines make proportional sides. And then for number 6, I did this example also. There are 2 ways to do it. I think you guys will probably prefer the first way, but I am showing you different ways. Now the only trick here is they gave you the whole side of 82. You had to find this. So you would just go 82 minus 28, and that's where you get 54. And then once you've got that, you can do small side to longer side. And then here to here, which is here and here. So when you do this and you cross multiply, just remember to put this in parentheses, and then you can distribute it. And then same thing here. This needs to go in parentheses right here, and go ahead, distribute, and solve for x. If you did this correctly, it should be 17. You could do, you could do the small, this one over that, and equal that to this, to all of that. And I got this 7x from going 2x and 5x. And then I got this plus 4 from going positive 8 and negative 4. So you could do this way too, but truthfully, I think most kids like that way. Or most people prefer that way. All right, number 7, you do not have to do number 7 unless you love factoring. Yay, that was a beautiful heart. But you don't have to do that. All right, turn it over. And on this side, I did 8 for you, so you have to determine if it's parallel. If it's parallel, then it works out. So again, we're wondering, are these parallel? All right, so I'm going to do 7 over 11.2, and I'm going to see if that equals 10 over 16. So when you cross multiply, I get 112 equals 112. So since those numbers are the same, we say yes, that they are parallel. All right. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to do 11, 12, 13. Now I did give you the answers for each of them. So number 1, x is 12. Number 3, x is 19. Number 5, x is 8. Number 8, we already did together. Number 9 is yes, it is, but I need to see work. Okay. Number 11 is 57.6. 13, x equals 11. 15, x equals 5. So remember, I gave you the answers. You need to show all work if you want credit. Okay. And again, odds, but you do not have to do number 7. All right. And then once you're done with that, you can actually get started with your practice quiz. And again, I give you the answers on most of them. I didn't give you some or else it'd be the whole. But I'm going to get you started with number 1. So for this, you have your 2 triangles, and we need they tell us that it's similar, so we just need to list the congruent. So just make sure you're paying attention. So we know angle X is right here, and that's only got 1, so that's going to go with angle D. All right, so then you're going to figure out Y goes with what, and then Z goes with what on the other triangle. Now down here, you need to figure out what sides match up. So again, look at your angles so you know which sides go together. So XY is going to go with DE because it goes from 1 to 2 and 1 to 2. So that's how I know this side goes with that. And then so XY is written up here. You will have to write in DE here. So again, look at YZ. It goes from 2 to 3. So you got 2 to 3. So I know YZ goes with EF, so I would write EF here. All right, finish that one. And then for number 2, cross multiply, and your answer should be -9 if you did this correctly. Number 3, scale factor or K. So K, this is your scale factor. Just remember, new over original. Or this would be like A prime, and that's A. Okay, so set up your fraction, and then these are the correct answers. X is 24, and the scale factor is 3. All right, same thing here. You're finding x. So remember, if you do this, you're going to go, it doesn't list which ones are what. So let's see, 6/8 in your scale factor. So you're going to go from here to here. So remember, you're going to go from left to right if it doesn't list the direction. So this would be like A prime, and this would be A. All right, and then for number 5, they're similar, so set up your proportion. X should equal 4. Number 6, triangles are similar, so I would list them as the fractions because on Canvas you can't really enter in repeating decimals, so I would do it as a fraction. But again, set up your proportions. On this, I only did one example for you. You need to do the others. So on number 7, if it only gives you sides, I'm wondering, is it side, side, side? If it is, you have to set up a proportion. All right, and then if this all simplifies to the same thing, so we know that this is similar because of side, side, side. All right, so you need to do 8, you need to do 9, and you need to do 10 by figuring out which ones it would be. So you have your options: angle, angle, side, 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 angle, side, or none. All right. All right, number 11. There's a picture here, and you just need to figure out what they're asking. So really, Mona's 5.4, her shadow is 2, and so right here, this is making a triangle. And then here we have a rock climbing wall, and then here, and from there. So you're doing 2 similar triangles, so definitely set up a proportion. And solve for that. If you did it correctly, you should get 151.2 feet for that. All right, so make sure you complete these. Don't forget to type complete on Canvas and study because you will have a quiz tomorrow. All right, if you've listened this far, I want you to write Go Gamecocks on your worksheet, either worksheet, and then I might give you an extra point or two. All right, have a great day. Good choices. I'll see you on Thursday.